Good morning, hello. It is Saturday, the 17th of June, and I'm hot. It's actually cooler here today than it has been, but I just went out for a walk and I just had a shower and I'm quite warm. Um, so I am still here. I am still a head teacher. I still have ADHD. Things at work have been as ever busy as they are. More staff off, so I'm doing another job on top of my job, on top of teaching, and it's a fine juggling act, and I'm doing my best to stay on top of it all, and it's not easy because I'm really tired. It's 2 weeks to the end of term. People keep telling me it's 9.5 working days, but sadly for me, I will have to work at weekends just to catch up on some things. So it's pretty much 2 weeks. But then we have 6 weeks off, and I think there is something that nobody else gets that we get, which is a 6 week block off where it's time to just really batten down the hatches, no, gird up the loins, and just um, just stop for a bit and have some time to reflect. And I think for me, that's always a time when I do that, when I do some proper recovering, um, and I feel optimistic about that. It's a year since I interviewed for the job that I'm in now. It was absolutely hilarious. My interview. I was interviewed, and on the day that I was interviewed, I was the only candidate. I'm not sure if there are other candidates. And um, one of my schools, there was a power cut, so we ended up going to the other school. And but for me, it was just like, okay, this is fine. We can do this. We can do a crisis. So I just got through that day. And I think for me, again, it was sort of that's the kind of it that's the skill of being a head teacher, because actually every day throws stuff at you that you just have to manage. And I think I've said before that in therapy, I've been talking about the fact that I am, because I'm hyper vigilant all the time. It is a good job, but the danger is that without time to stop, it wouldn't be doable. And if I didn't know that in 2 weeks' time, there's 6 weeks, I don't think it'd be doable, because and it's not 6 weeks of holidays for me anyway. Maybe for some people it is. I think they maybe close work and don't open it for 6 weeks, but for me it is absolutely time to have 2 weeks off properly when I do that. But then the rest of it is time to go in and get stuff done for next year and get my head sorted and clear my inbox and just do a lot of admin. I'm also excited because we have, it's really always sad to lose staff, but we've had quite a few staff retire, so we've got new staff coming in, and that's very exciting. So there's a lot to look forward to. There's also a lot that I'm exceptionally just. I know I have a lot of feelings that I need to feel, but I haven't felt them because there's lots of things in this job at the moment that are just almost unbearable to deal with, and that's nothing to do with the job or the children or the families. It's just to do with the way things are at the moment, the lack of resources, the fact that again we seem to have cut right back on things like the arts, music tuition, and that's not specific to where I work. We are having to go back to the kind of the absolute minimum. But if you don't do the absolute minimum, then it comes from volunteering or resource that's there that's not paid. And there's options for that. You bring in volunteers, you look at your community, you look at who's out there who might be retired, who might be able to come in. But all that takes time and creativity, and that's the bit we're time scarce. But and what that means is that I hear of, and it's not even in my own settings, but I read a lot, and I read about children and families who just in the 21st century in the UK shouldn't be the way living the way they are. And that's just really hard. And I think the thing is that much as you can use your voice to articulate concerns about that, you can try and continue to fight the fight. You can't fix it. And that's hard. And when you've got ADHD, that's hard because your brain wants the world to make sense. And your brain wants to try and fix everything, and your brain wants to, to try and fix everything. Or my brain does. Maybe other ADHD brains don't, but maybe my particular way of experiencing ADHD is that sort of constant overthinking, looking, trying to find answers, trying to find solutions. Maybe that's just me. But, because there's that thing, isn't there, of, ADHD, people with ADHD fixate on things that are trivial. I actually don't know any of those people, because actually for them, whatever they fixate on, it isn't trivial because it has a real sense and a meaning to them. So I think it shows a real lack of understanding to say, oh, that person's just fixated with something that's irrelevant. Anyway, I think the thing I have to keep thinking is that, you can help people, but you can't fix them. That's something that my friend Christine says a lot. You can help, and and it's not about fixing people. Sorry, you can help in situations, but you can't fix situations. I don't, the idea of fixing a person. Not sure about that. But you can help. You can help situations, but you can't always fix them. And I think for me, that's the sadness and the frustration. But I suppose I've helped, and I've found some creative solutions to some things this year, which when I do stop in the summer, I think I need to sit down and do that kind of inventory, or that kind of looking back and okay, here's where we are. So I think everything in my life comes back to a Kate Nana McGarrigle song. And it's that we've come a long way. We've come a long way since we last shook hands, and we've still got a long way to go. Couldn't see the flowers when we last shook hands. We couldn't see the flowers on account of the snow. And that's it. And, I think I have to keep realizing that the snow for me is probably winter. The snow is when my feelings and everything gets on top of me. And the snow is when, I'm stuck. I'm stuck in that car when I can't move, and it's scary, and there's ice, and and the snow will come in again. But actually, there's also the flowers, and so it's looking for the flowers. And I think for me, the flowers are often people. The flowers are people who join together with me, and we make this bunch of flowers, and that's our gift, and that's what we have to keep looking for, is looking for the flowers. So that's it for today. Looking for the flowers, working out how I'm going to plan for the snow, and not fixing but helping. There we go. That's not bad. 8 minutes. Take care, stay well, stay safe, and thank you for watching if you've watched, and if you haven't watched, that's fine as well, because you won't know. Bye for now.